There. Sorry about that, y'all. Well, I don't know if we even gonna have anybody on here. Uh, I'm having issues. I'm trying to get it to where I've got one phone. I've got this one mounted up top, and I've got one down. But I'm having hell getting it set up for a split screen, y'all. Uh, so there's that. Trying to decide exactly what I want and how I want to do this. Bear with me. But I think I'm going to try to get it mounted up top. Let's see how this goes. I've got an idea. And I actually probably should have set it up a little bit before, but I think I can do it, set it up to where I can. Well, that's more proof of concept, folks. Hold on. Hold on, there'll be a little shaking. Let me get this off here. Hold on. Yeah, that's more proof of concept than anything. Yeah. That worked. I just wanted to see how that worked. And it worked. But it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, to be honest. Trying to set it up there and then it's the vibration. Yeah. Yes, I'm using my phone. Let's just here. We'll do this. I hate opening these shades, but it just gets a better view on playback. The shades just really do filter out a lot of the. It's hard to see when I'm videotaping. And I get a little better signal when I got the windows up. As long as I got signal, y'all, I'll try to do a little live stream this morning and explain where we're northbound above Vicksburg. There's Vicksburg right back there. Vicksburg, Mississippi. And I apologize for my speech impediment that I'm dealing with, but as some of y'all know, I've said my top set of store-bought teeth, I had an issue and broke, so I gotta wait till I get off. Long and short, I've got a half-cocked smile. Just old white dude issues. It's really a nice day out. Man, it was a beautiful day yesterday. It was a beautiful day today. Beautiful morning. But that's Vicksburg back down there. Let's see, I'll zoom. Yeah. You gotta believe me when I tell you, there's Vicksburg. All right. See, here we are. We're just right upriver from Vicksburg. I'll zoom out. See, we're just right. We're actually up here at Browns Point, so 4 miles back downriver to Vicksburg. Down here, we're up here coming up around Browns Point. Next stop, Lake Providence. This is why it's a distraction, really. The live streaming is. I've got a little better with it, but really everything's got to be set. I mean, number one priority I have is driving this vessel and making sure all the stuff's going on. So, you know, I see some cool stuff and I want to get it, but it's just sometimes it's hard to do. It's hard to get quality content when I'm trying to drive. And I will. I mean, if something happened, I'll put the phone. I'll just drop it. I ain't worried about. The live stream does raise the level of I don't know. It kind of well, if something happens, you know, y'all see it right as it happens. So there's always that risk. But that's what I say. I know the area. I know the situations and all that. But I don't know. I'm just rambling about it. These are things that I thought about before I do the live stream, before I do video. I'm making sure that it's not going to distract me from my job, and that causes me to do, jerky camera stuff and moving around and all that. I do have those issues, and I'm aware of it. But like I said, y'all, I don't. I try to get the best quality content that I can, and I'm trying to do better all the time. And I take the criticism well most of the time, but I'm just trying to explain, why to folks that haven't seen it, anybody that's new, the new subscribers and stuff. Yeah, my number one job is driving this boat. That's it. That's my number one priority. And if I can get some footage and make it without distracting me from my job or my primary job and show y'all a little bit what I do, I don't mind doing that. Man, the stabilization doesn't work with the live stream, so I really got to hold things steady. Anyway, I guess this. There ain't nothing close. I thought I heard something stopped up there. Boats backing in. There's Spanky, my buddy. What's up, Spanky? If you on here, Captain Johnny Cole. Captain Spanky coming down. I heard him on there earlier. I bragged about Spanky often. He's a wheelman that works over at this company he's a regular captain on the Captain Johnny Cole. Heck of a wheelman, heck of a fella. I kind of like that Kunas. He's a good fella. Kind of like him. Yeah, this shallow water. We've got down. The waters got down low. It's the season when it does get down low this time of year. We're actually at what I would consider extreme low water, but it's kind of normal for this time of year. We're not down to like record lows like we got last year. And actually, but they've got the dredge. They've got dredges running and hitting the bad spots, and so there's been some delays when they've been doing some dredging upriver, a couple of spots, but they were getting to them. And then watching the river stages, I saw we got over like a 3 or 4 day period, had like a 2 to 4 foot rise, so a little water coming, I think. And this is Brown's Point. Coming up around, I'm actually getting over on a buoy. I stay wide. I try to stay out wide. The river's slacker when it's low, like it's a slacker. So you don't get up on the bar. Number one, I fall in the river. Stay away from the bar. And the buoys may not be good over there. And really, it's not you making the same time. If you're trying to run over tight on that bar, really to get your speed, it's a lot of work. And if you just pull out, run a little bit further off the buoy line or off the bar, then it's easier, and you're not saving a lot of time, or by jumping up on the buoys and really trying to get the slack water in situations like this with the water at this stage. So now on a rising river and high and jumping up, yeah, man, you can get over there because it's swifter. So you want to stay out of the current more and get into slacker water on a good rise. That's when you're checking your river stages and watching your bars and dikes and stuff, and when you can, start going over that. But we won't have to deal with any of that anytime soon. We're going to be dealing with this low water for probably, I will, the rest of this trip anyway. But, yeah, really beautiful. Beautiful late July day on the Mississippi River above Vicksburg. Really nice, man. Really nice. Man, it was cheat day. I ain't gonna lie. Had some pancakes. How many barges? Somebody wanna know how many barges? Right now we've got 14. We're 4 long and 4 wide with a notch over there. So, and we're dropping a bunch of them up here at Lake Providence, and Yeah, we're on what they call kind of a tramp run. We've got different. We picking up and stopping at different fleets all up and down the river, but we're not any one dedicated run for any one company or one set of barges. Like we've got these are different company for pushing different barges for different companies. That's kind of what it's tramping is what they call it. That's what we're doing. They pick up whatever we're headed north, and so whatever anybody needs as we go by, they contract it out or whatever, and we grab stuff. Yeah, now get into that dispatching barges and all that and sales. I'm in over my head if I try to explain any of that stuff, rates and all that. I know they do. The rates are the ton mile. They that's how they charge is per ton mile. So anyway, I'll get into all that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Ron's right. He says, one guy, pushing the water out from under you in the shallow water is never fun, and he is exactly right. It's a little bit different running down here than like the shallow water on the upper and like Illinois and stuff like that. Where I mean that's where here I can find some deep water. Most of the time I can get up. I can find some deep water. Look, we're 40 foot out here. We're right in my sound area. That's 40 foot of water, but we're well off the bar and making the speed we want to make 4.5 or 5, and see it's jumping up to so. And out in good water. That's what I was saying about, at this stage, it's not really, you're not losing that much time by staying out off the buoys a little bit, playing it safe. But yeah, like Ron said, when you suck that water out from under you, these quart nozzle boats on that upper in Illinois, it's a different, where you can't find, there's, like down here, I can usually find the deeper water. Up there, it's, there's no finding the deeper water sometimes in it. Those quart nozzle boats, especially, they'll suck the boat to the bottom. It's like a vacuum almost. Where those quart nozzles are when they suck in water, they try to go to pull it, and in shallow water, anyway. Just a nice morning, it really is. It's a really nice morning. This is they call it's I don't know. See, Brown's Point right there. That up there is actually what Brown's Point, and then but then there's Young's Point elevator. So we got Brown's Point, Young's Point. Anyway, but the elevators, it got took out a couple of years ago, I think, in high water. It got took out right there. Doing some work, a crane going over. Oh, they look like they're building some new bins. They're doing some bin work. Kind of neat. Kind of neat. Yeah, it's just a beautiful day. It's one of those days where you kind of wish you was at home doing something. When I say doing something, fishing or something like that. How deep is the river? 30 foot. 30 foot, man. Oh, no, 48 foot. There it is, 49 foot. 49 foot. It was close to 30 right before it said something. Hold on, y'all. Sorry about this jerking I got. Hold on. Now then, let's see. I read some of these. There we go. That's how I'm doing it. Okay. Nice day. Another nice day. What size of one barge empties? Wants to know. Those are 200 foot. I'm not going to, you got to transfer from meters. I'll do in feet. Those are 200 foot long by 35 foot wide. So what is that? That would be like what? Like a little over 10 meters wide. And man, I better just hush. What would that be? Yeah. I'm not doing conversions, man. I was trying to do the feet to yards, and then yards is pretty close to meters. That's how I do my conversion, my roundabout, without doing the math on it, just where I get a roundabout number. But I'm not going to do that. Overall, that's we're 4 long, so it's 800 foot wide, and then 2 times 70, so and then 140 foot wide, 140 foot wide by 800 foot long, not counting the boat. The boat, I think these old girls is like 168, or 160 foot, or 170 foot, somewhere in there. In the Netherlands, the biggest is 110 meters. Yeah, that would be 2, 4. So that would be like 3 long. So that'd be, I think that's right, 110, 100 meters. Yeah, that'd be like close to 100 yards football field. I'm just roundabout, but that would be like 3 of these. That'd be 3 long. Would be close to the 110. I'm thinking. Yeah, y'all doing the math. See, yeah, I don't know. I'm seeing some people doing the math, but that's where it's at. That's where our length. The longest that we do. What was it? A couple of trips back, we were going 8 long. I was going 8 long with Eddie on that page straight. We were going 8 long, and that's 1,600 foot out ahead of you, 1,600 foot. And the aircraft carriers are like what, 1,200 foot. So we're longer than an aircraft carrier. It doesn't register to folks when I tell them that back home. When I'm in a little braggadocious. When I'm feeling like bragging about stuff, when people ask what I do, I tell them I drive boats with a bigger surface area than a aircraft carrier from St. Louis to New Orleans. Yeah, and I usually leave the surface area out. I just say bigger than an aircraft carrier, and actually it is from if you're looking at from down, from a satellite down, you just see the surface area. We've got to be, I think we're bigger than an aircraft carrier, I think, on certain size tows. Too bad you can't hang out at somebody. I'm reading some of the chat stuff that won't be seen on the playback. But somebody says stop and do some fishing on the sandbar. That'd be nice if I wouldn't, boss may not like that. They pay me very well, and they pay me very well to do work. And now if I pull over and stopped on the side, I imagine I could even do that. I could lie and say we was holding up for traffic or, whatever, and just go hang out and fish. But that stuff's not moving, and that's what I get paid to do. They pay me very well to do a job, and I try to do my best at it, y'all. Rotation schedule on and off the boat. Somebody wants to know that. Mine is a really flexible schedule. I don't have a regular boat. I bounce around to different boats and relieve guys. So there's 2 things about that. I do that purposely so I have flexibility of schedule. I like to have a little flexibility of schedule instead of, having known that I'm going to have to relieve one guy on one boat type deal. I like the flexibility, and it works for the company too, because they can kind of, they've got me that they can stick anywhere. But that being said, generally I ride about 28 to 30 days, say 4 weeks, 4 weeks a month, whatever, closest thing. That's usually how much I ride. And I like to take that amount of time off. So, 30 days on, 30 days off. That being said, it's really flexible. Like this last time I came back, I think it was this last time. No, the time before last I came back early. So I was off for 3 weeks. You know, this time I'm actually just going to be on the boat 3 weeks. If I'm thinking I'll be home. Yeah. Anyway, but generally a 30 and 30 or a 30 and 15 schedule, 30 days on, 15 off, or 30 and 30. That's generally the schedule. I mean, you can tell I've had my coffee. Simple questions I seem to take off with. But as most of y'all that have watched my videos and stuff know, I don't have a problem talking. I can talk. See, it's pretty slack water. You see the barely any whiskers. Well, barely, but it's not that swift. And when I say it's down here, when I say it's dead water, this is the lower Mississippi River. That doesn't mean it's when a dead water when I say it's dead slack, like dead slack down by the bridge, it's a totally different dead slack water than it would be like on the Ohio or the upper on a Locker River. On a Locker River, it'll literally be like a bathtub. I mean, where there is almost zero current, noticeable. Whereas, you've got current that's just not 5-6 mile an hour. It's 2 to 3 mile an hour current, but we have current down here. And some of these spots, you get down in the turn and a little bit of rise, and it might be still a little bit swifter. So when it drops down when it gets down shallower and it gets in some of these holes where it's deep and anyway, there's some swift spots are what I'm trying to say. And the coffee is kicking in. Anyway, but see, I just putting up around the turn. Damn, 6.3. We're trying to make about 4.5, 5 mile an hour. We're set our speed according to Barge dispatch, where they want to set it, what they want us to run. And so we're right now running 4.5 to 5 mile an hour. But I set my speed, and it's picked up. Kind of hit the slack water. Anyway, but it'll be a swifter spot up, and I might drop. I was down 3.5 earlier, so it all evens out. It evens out. I try to read some of the questions. Let's see. Is it ever difficult to make front of the toe go where you want it to go? Yep. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of the whole. Yeah. It is. It can be difficult. Yes. Simple answer is yes. Let's see. How long? 14 and 7. I see. What river is that you all run? The Netherlands. What river do y'all run? I think does it go through Budapest and stuff, or am I way off base? I'll wait for y'all answer on that. A lifespan of the motors. I think generally they try to do overhaul. I'm way off on, or I don't have a lot of engine room knowledge. But I think about 30,000 hours. I'm thinking about 30,000 hours they do overhaul on them. But yeah. And they can replace a whole pack, a power pack, which is the piston and all that. I don't know. They can pull them out, and they have to change those out every now and again when one goes out. And as it's getting closer to overhaul time, they start going out more. So we've been pretty fortunate this trip. Well, we were in shipyard for that time, getting stuff done. So we hadn't been out running the whole time. I think this old girl's probably getting pretty close to overhaul. She's smooth since they got the wheels straightened out and everything. She runs smooth. Really smooth, man. Smooth old girl. Yeah. That's it. Just thought I'd show us a nice thing. Oh, let's see. Hold on. Oh, Tony tells me there might be Cap Tony. Yeah, there might be getting some water in a few days. 4 to 5 foot inches rain, Missouri, Kentucky. Thank you, Tony. My peach man. Tony's the captain on the ferry up there at Grafton. He's a ferry boat captain. He was fleet captain. He worked in the fleet. I think at one time did Tony. His dad works down there. Good fellow, man. He's always bringing me. They've got outstanding peaches, Calhoun County, that area of Illinois there, and Tony. He'll bring when I'm up above. Mel Price headed up the upper or headed up there. When I go by the confluence of the Illinois River, or I guess the Illinois River too. Tony's run out. He's brought his outboard out. Brought me peaches. brought me boxes of peaches, and brought me some cider and all those kind of goodies. He's hooked us up. Uh, yeah, man. Tony's a good fellow. Hey, man, and Tony, by the way, I came through not long ago. But it was later in the evening, and I was gonna have to. That was when I caught a boat. It was when I caught a boat in St. Louis. That video where I posted me going to the casino because I had a few hours to kill. It was so late, man. But I thought about giving you a call, buddy, or texting you on your messenger app. But I thought, man, that's too late. I didn't want to impose. I didn't want to do that, especially first time meeting, man. But one of these days, I'm gonna take you out to eat, buddy. When I go through there, you brought me peaches and hooked the crew up when we've come through, and it's been kind of neat. So one of these days, I'm gonna lasso you, and we'll go get a bite. Well, I didn't know that Tony sent me. I would have. All right, I'll know it next time. I'll send you a message and say, "Hey, man." I can't remember. It was pretty late, Tony. It was like 10, 11 o'clock at night. Well, let's see. I'm trying to remember what to text here. Somebody says, "Are you ever going to put any merchandise like hats or shirts?" Yeah, yeah. I've had a few folks ask about the T-shirts and stuff, and the thing of it is, here's my situation. I don't want to put out anything that's crap, man. I've seen the crap T-shirts and stuff, and I want to do something cool. I've thought about it, getting some Mark Twain, some T-shirts or something. But I'm a stickler for the quality, man. I'm just, I don't beg for viewers on my channel and stuff. I do it for myself. This is stuff I enjoy. I go watch my own videos, and I do it like I've said before for my grandkids someday can go and watch this stuff. So that's the primary. I mean, don't get me wrong. I enjoy that I do have an audience and that people are interested in this stuff. And, that's why I really try to be serious. I don't try to get on here and do stupid stuff. I try to be serious and show y'all what it's like. This is a neat job. It's a very neat job, and the stuff we see, it's just pretty awesome. So, I've never really done it for the money. They pay me well to do my job. Like I said, my job is driving boats, so it is a priority. But anyway, yeah, but the YouTube, it's surprisingly grown. My channel's grown quite a bit. I forgot what I was even talking about, y'all, because I'm looking at it. I was looking where that water is. See, like situations in water, when it's low like this, what I'm doing is I'm checking out, man. I remember running up on that bar, and I've got the numbers on stuff, but like right over in there, I was cutting across that one. This is all high water stuff, and we've got these numbers marked. I mean, you've got stuff marked in here for your chart. So when this is high water, when it's high water, marks it where we can run over in this stuff. But when it's low, like it is now, is when that Larry Tilley coming. He coming there. I kind of want to get up a little higher. I will be all right. Anyway, what I'm getting at is I'm looking over there. I was noticing right in there because I remember cutting in and seeing how, and then this little dip right here that's close to the bank. I remember seeing that because I had pulled close to. I remember just getting close to the bank and noticing where that bar is and how it is when you can actually see what it's like. Now we're seeing the bottom right in through there. Anyway, that's what I'm looking at, y'all. and then pretty neat. Pretty neat stuff. And see that well, I got over in there. I remember seeing that before. I got over in that running that bar one time. It just you see stuff and it makes sense. You know, my memories of running it in high water. It makes sense. But oh yeah, the merchandise. Back to that's it. I really don't. I'm gonna put stuff out there, but I want it to be quality, and that's where my problem is right now. Is finding what I want to put out there. Yeah, this is what a crossing. So I come up around this turn. You see, we the water runs down. You know, say the water's coming down this way. Well, it was slacker water over here compared to over here, so we kind of run up along the buoy line. Now then, this water over here is going to be coming down this shore and coming this way, so I'll cross over and run along that side. So, yeah. Is it hard to? That's really just situational. Somebody asked me, there, is it hard to make turns northbound? Uh, Wait, is it hard to make turns northbound on like really turns, on really hard turns? I'm assuming. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it matters what the situation. There could be a turn where, you know, high water and a long tow, it could be hard. Where if I've got less barges and low, yeah, it's situational. But the answer is that yes, there are some northbound turns that can be treacherous. One that specifically sticks out in my head was when I was talking to the chief. Was 81 Mile Point. Down by Donaldsonville. I mean, that's a northbound turn. That northbound, there's it's one of those things. I don't say it's more challenging sometimes northbound than it is southbound. How's that? That's kind of what we got. Let's see what this goes. Oh yeah, we've got. I didn't turn the radio down. I'm just checking. So what I'm doing is looking. We got a Larry. Still got a boat coming, and I'm gonna meet him there. And it's all right. I mean, it's plenty wide. I didn't want to meet him in the turn, even though at this stage probably meet anybody anywhere. I meet you in a pop bottle, or what they some pilots would say. Meet you in a pop bottle. But anyway, that's yeah. Northbound turns they can be hard. Yes. And on a long tow, it can work on you different ways. You also have a blue sign. I don't know what they're talking about. Somebody's talking about the side. You have also a blue sign with a pinker if driving on the wrong side. Okay, I didn't get that. That didn't translate well. It didn't translate well. And what? Yeah. Anyway, kind of nice day, y'all. I know I'm being jerky because I really am checking out stuff. Looking at that bar, how it builds up out there, and where looking at the sand, how it is, and then looking at the numbers and seeing if I see anything glaring, you know, something sticking up or a hump or something I can see. Not necessarily a hump, but like I try to look where the shallow, where it's lower, and if there had been water, you know, where the good spots are to cut in. That's kind of what I was looking at. But you see how this is. I remember coming up along that shore, jumping across, and then it getting like shallow and then deep, and then I'm seeing, or deep and then shallow, and I'm seeing how it works, how that shore is. That was what I was really looking at. Cause see, it's kind of flat there. You're actually it's a little bit higher to the river side of it than it is to that side. So, if you're running up along there, you'd be getting shallower water on your starboard side, and that's okay. That's just stuff I noticed. And, uh, you know, it's called reading the river, man. And I really it it wasn't. It's not something I like sit here and go. I'm gonna try to figure this out. It's just the interesting thing to see something like that where. Anyway, that's neat. I'm like I said, I get a kick out of this stuff. Hmm. Yeah, those ducks. And see, there's not. That's really. I don't run over there, but you see spots like that. There's different things when the water gets low. You got little humps sticking out the water. And you have all good numbers, and then a hump. I don't know why I would. That's not really a spot that you would be over there, unless you was really in a bind. But you could probably get your head stuck in there if he's coming around, jumping up on that turn a little bit. But yeah, that's not really a place. It was just I was showing it as an example of how there's some humps and stuff. Kind of neat. Oh, normal driving here. That's what he's saying. Normal drive there is on the right side of the river. I got you. I got you. Like it's so you have a lane, a normal lane, and that makes sense. I think on the canals, it's kind of that way. Well, and to be honest, I run. Yeah. No, I mean, because it'll be empties might have me on one side if the wind's blowing. I was thinking of Chain of Rocks Canal. Yeah, I guess I generally try to stay to the right. Yeah, right side of the river. Yeah, when I look at my old chart, you sometimes can't see map on all the. No, yeah, I get it. I get it. We're not hauling anything. Somebody want to know what we're hauling? These are all empty barges, empty rock barges, and just empty barges. They haul whatever. They'll clean them out and they'll put whatever. That's just a little what that's like rainwater and stuff. I mean, they pumped it out of just not much. It looks like a little more, but getting at it's not deep. But nothing. Yeah, these are all empties. Empties going northbound. Yeah, empties going northbound. Mm. Hmm. Do you? Somebody? I saw. I'm reading some of the questions. Somebody want to know: do you guys have rigorous physicals all the time as a captain? No, there are no rigorous physicals at all. There's some very, very out of shape men in this position. Oh man, come on. Hold on. Hold on. Let me. Sorry about that. I had to handle office business. Spanky, you gonna see me on the one, buddy? I seen you. I was dealing with the office. That was it. Sorry, y'all. I had office stuff to deal with, and so I didn't really want to put that all on YouTube. So my man coming down, Spanky. See you on the one, buddy. See you on the one. And I think that's all. I think I'm anyway. Handle my stuff and pay attention. I got some boats coming, so. Yep, Larry Tilley, Johnny Coe sitting there. No, they're not waiting on me to go past. They're coming. They're coming. See, Larry Tilley, he's coming. That's what I just talked to. And then Spanky's somewhere. But where you at, Spanky? Spanky right behind him. They're moving. They're coming at me. So they're southbound. So I got to get out of their way. I gotta get out of their way. I gotta watch out for Spanky. That coon ass, he's crazy coon ass. He might run over me. No, Spanky's my man. Spanky's my man. He's like I've said before. Y'all heard me brag on him. One of these days I'm gonna ride with him and get him on here on YouTube. Yeah, beautiful day, y'all. All right, pay attention. I got.